Hi, Scrapping Gals here. So have you ever seen these great epoxy stickers and wish you could make your own? Well, today we're going to review and do a tutorial on the Epiphany punch and epoxy maker. So you'll be able to make your own specialized stickers, epoxy stickers. So these are some of the ones that I've done on my own. So I wanted to kind of show you how to do them and then let you know some of the issues that I actually noticed with the product. The first thing, I only have a few of the punches that are actually made. I have the circle and the square and the hexagon and the chevron. And I bought these two probably about 3 years ago, and then this one the last year, 2 years ago, and then this one this year. And what I noticed first off is they have changed the design. This one had actually a concave top, and then there's this attachment piece that you have to put across to create a flat surface, and then you punch it, so it makes it a little more awkward. The newer ones actually have a flat surface here on the top so that you don't need that extra piece, which is a lot more convenient because I actually have already even lost one of these pieces, so it is kind of awkward using that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that these are the circles that I bought when I bought the circle punch. And this year when I went to and I bought the chevron, this is what the chevron looks like. And if you notice, let me get something underneath there. If you notice, these have turned quite yellow where these are clear. These did start out clear, and so as you can tell, over time they have changed. And an example of that is I did these a couple years back, and they actually have started to yellow already in the page. So that's probably the drawback of it. It's really cool to create your own punches and your own epoxy stickers and do it that way, but the drawback is that they do change color. Now, I can't tell you if they've changed the formula, and that's not an issue anymore, but that's what I've noticed with the ones that I've bought. So let's go ahead and we'll start out with the circle punch. The circle punch looks like this, and like I said, the one I have to use the little attachment, and it's nice because you can actually make your own kind of buttons if you want. You can use cut pictures, you can cut magazines, you can cut paper. So I have this paper here which actually has a bunch of patterned circled flowers on it. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up to show you how to punch this one. So I'm going to go ahead and line up one of the circles, and you might have to trim it down a little bit just to get it into the right order there. There is a little bit of space around, you have to be pretty close, as you can tell from the ones I've punched earlier. You have to actually be pretty close to what you want to punch in order to center it correctly. So we'll go ahead and get that one centered. And then the next thing you do is these, and this is something else I've noticed too. The older ones actually seem to have less sticky now. So I would not suggest buying these way in advance of using them, because they will lose their sticky, which we'll probably see when I go to do this. So you would just place the little epoxy button on top, and then for mine I have to put that down, and then you just punch, and then take this out, and you can see it's already coming apart. And that's because there isn't as much sticky on this as there used to be. When I first used them, they stuck really well and I didn't have that issue with them. But now that I've had them for a while, along with yellowing, they are doing losing their stickum. So I really have to take it out and press it on now, where before, once you punched it, it was actually punched and stayed on. So that's this one. The square punch, I like the square punch a lot, because what I like to do is, everybody gets these little pieces with their pictures where they show the like thumbnails of all the pictures that are in your packet. But what's nice is you can actually use these, and even some that give like the information on the bottom of it, it still actually looks pretty good when you cut it. So you can actually line up one of these and create your own sticker that matches pictures that are in your album. Or say, for instance, you ran out of room on your page, but you really do like the picture. It's nothing too important, like it's not a picture of a person or anything, but it will add to your page, so you can actually use that. So I'll go ahead and get a square for that one. And after we've lined it up, and yes, it will have the white on it on both sides, but it still turns out pretty good. Go ahead and put the sticker on, and then we'll punch it down. And if it gets stuck like that, as you can see, what you do is just push this button down and it'll pop right out. And this one actually stayed a little better. I did push it down a little bit extra. That's why I had to use this to pop it back out. And it did stay on the picture a little better. So there's that one. And then these two, I kind of use the same way. I like to make tiles out of them. So I'll show you an example of what I mean. So here's the chevron, and it has, I just like to do different colors and backgrounds and kind of create like a pattern with them. And the same with the hexagon. So you can actually create a pattern. You can do it, however you want pattern wise. So I'll go ahead and punch a few more of those just to show you, and we'll just add to the pattern, and you can just keep layering those. I think that's probably the best thing for the chevron, especially because it's very small, but it makes a nice border if you want to do a bunch of them. Of course, that's going to take quite a few of them to do, but you could do, just put this and then put a strip behind it and another strip behind that, and create a layered border with just some of this in the center. That would look really cute. All right, so let me go ahead and get the hexagon, and we'll go ahead and set that one up so that we can do the next one in the pattern. And if you want, again, to actually have something specific on it, you might have to move it around, or you might have to cut your paper to try to get where you want on your picture. So that one looks like it'll be pretty good. So I'll go ahead and get a sticker and put it on. And then this one, like I said, is the newer one, so I don't have to have that adapter. So there you go. Now you can add to your tiled look. And you can do, you can even make flowers out of it if you want to go all the way around. Like you could have a different center and then put just colored all the way around. You can do any different patterns that you can think of. And that's really cute. And let me go ahead and I'll do the chevron also. So here's the chevron punch. And since this one's so small, there's really you can't fit a whole butterfly in it anyway, so I'll just pick one that has some pretty color. Put a little sticker on it. Punch it down. And then I have the next layer in my chevron pattern. So So that's the Epiphany punches that I have. I know they do make others. That I've seen a star, I've seen an oval, I've seen a heart. I'm not really sure how many different ones they have, but you can go on their website and check it out. It's Epiphany with a PH. Actually, I probably have it right here. Yeah, Epiphany Crafts. It's EPIPHANY Crafts. And that's it for this. So we hope you enjoyed our tutorial and review of the Epiphany punch. Bye!